Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. Hello, Maree. How are you?
Oh, hi, Elisa. I'm great, thank you. And hello, everyone. Jazzy says hi. He's with
Hello,
us.
Jazzy. So how's everything going up there in Australia? Give us an update.
Yeah, sure. Still much the same with the mandates. So nothing's really changed there. The the areas that were flooded, they're still not getting much support at all from the government. So can I tell you a funny story? One of the poor ladies, she actually owns a truck, and so she went around to all the people's houses where all their stuff was out on the front lawn, all moldy and saturated, put it all into a tip truck and drove down to the Prime Minister's personal house and dumped it outside his house. And I just thought that was brilliant.
That is brilliant. Everybody should do that.
Totally. So, they were so frustrated with the lack of empathy and the lack of support.
Wow.
And coordination. It's the locals, it's the people that have been going to help that have done most of it. So but the skies are blue at the moment, which is good. It's so nice.
So it stopped raining?
It stopped raining.
Okay.
So yeah, which is great. But yeah, as far as everything else goes, everything else is much the same.
The same. Okay.
So yeah.
All right.
So
well, we got to
send to see what happens. With all of this unveiling over the next few weeks of things that are meant to be coming out.
Yes.
So we'll see.
Yes. We got to keep living in the space of thinking it's already happened.
Totally,
and I know you do that every day, so you're good.
I do. Intention's so important.
It is. It is. Yeah. Absolutely. So hello, everybody. Andromeda and Lakeside Laura, thank you for being here. Today, we're going to talk about Ancient Aliens, Season 5, Episode 4, and it's called Destination Orion. So that's what you see here on the History Channel. You can see here the history here and the Ancient Aliens, Destination Orion. So what this is about is really talking about the things that are done, like that have to do with Orion, like different things around the world that are that have a connection, a possible connection. Today we'll find out if it is. Hello, everybody joining us. Thank you for being here. So the first thing that they talk about in this episode was if Orion was an actual human being.
Yeah, because we've got that legend, haven't we, of how Orion formed.
Myth. Greek myth.
The myth of the seven sisters, and then Orion, who was in love with them, and the king wouldn't let him be with them. This is just from memory. And and then of course he got sent up, he went up to be with the seven sisters. And so what do you call, how you have the picture, we call it the saucepan or the pot, with the handle. Do you have a name for it looks like a saucepan, upside down saucepan in the southern hemisphere. Do you call it? It's part of Orion's belt with the sword. You know how there's the sword aspect. Yeah. So we call it the saucepan. New Zealanders call it the pot. Do you have a name for that aspect of it at all over there? Someone in the chat might know.
The dipper.
The dipper. That's it. The big dipper. Yeah.
The big dipper.
So we call it a different thing. So
I didn't realize that.
That's why, because when I went when I was living in the UK, everything was upside down. We didn't see, because we've got the Southern Cross here, we didn't see any of that. We and everything was upside down. I was going, that's weird. Saucepan's up the wrong way. So it was really,
oh my God, that's so cool.
And people don't realize, when you do go to different hemispheres per se, everything looks different.
Yeah, wow.
So the only thing apparently that holds the same space is the North Star. So
that's so interesting. I never knew that. That's amazing.
I know. So have you been into the Southern Hemisphere? Have you traveled at all, or
in Argentina?
Okay, yeah. So, but it's not probably something you think about,
No, and I was a teenager, so I don't think I even thought of looking up at the sky. Yeah.
And Space Cadet said the plough in UK. Yeah, so it's really different names. So
Yeah.
There we go.
Big
So
Dipper,
it's just really
the
good to
Little
clarify.
Dipper. Yeah. No, I'm glad you did. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so then was Orion an actual human being? And if not, was he a demigod, meaning a hybrid?
Yeah. Wow. So we've got the Emperor and the Ace of Wands. Now, to me, the Emperor card is really powerful being. So I'm straight away feeling interdimensional aspects with this. And then the Ace of Wands, which is our positive yes to that situation. And then the Strength card. So really strong, something that was really powerful. So definitely they're definitely saying there was an aspect to that story that held something to it. So that was they were pretty clear.
Wow. So he was an actual human being.
Well, but he had, I'm feeling there was interdimensional aspects because, as we know, different timelines, different dimensions, there's been different beings that have different superpowers or abilities.
Right. Yeah. Wow. So did he have powers?
Let's have a look and see. Okay, so the Seven of Swords has come up. So to me, I feel like they'd been restricted. So there was some covering of who he was. There was some sort of restriction, mind-wise, whatever. But then again, that Strength card has come up and the Page of Wands. Now, the Page of Wands in this scenario to me is someone that is very intelligent, that's learning, that is able to see spiritually into something, and it can also be other lifetimes. So I feel that he did have powers, but a lot of them maybe in this realm on Earth were restricted. So they would change, and we've got a clarifying card. They could change depending on the dimension he was in and the aspect he was working from.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Was he different than a regular human? Like, was he like bigger and taller and muscular? Like they show those gods that are like, they portray them as these huge, gigantic figures.
Okay, let's see if that was actually physical or if it was on another level. So let's just see.
Yeah, exactly. Space Cadet, like Zeus. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so our Three of Pentacles has come up, and when I see this card, I'm actually seeing that there's a reason for something. It's like the soul contract, and then we've got our Six of Swords, which is moving. It's a good positive card, moving away from something that has been less than to something that is greater. And then we've got the Page of Pentacles. So I do believe that, again, he was bigger. He was a larger being spiritually, but did come through as larger because the Page of Pentacles is creating something, again, with wisdom, with intelligence, with study or whatever. So I'm going to pull a clarifying card because this always gives me a story. Justice. So I feel that the way he was built, the way he worked, the way his being worked, there was something that was better or bigger to this being. So on a physical level, with that Justice card coming up because of who he was. Yeah. So I do believe that.
All right. So the next question that they posted was, Egyptians believed that beings from Sirius and Orion, Isis and Osiris, came to populate the earth. So first of all, we want to see if Egyptians did actually believe that. And then we want to say if it's true that they were the ones who came to populate the earth.
Okay, let's have a little look and see. Oh, yeah. Right, okay. Okay, so we've got these two cards together. So our Ace of Wands has come up again. So there's some truth in that. And then the Page of Cups. So to me, what I was sort of getting shown with this was they brought gifts with them. It was like a way of sort of teaching or educating, because we've got our Two of Pentacles, which is making a decision. So it was also having to make a decision as what was best for the earth, or what was right for that time frame. So because, trying to keep balance, making decisions. So they definitely brought some sort of gift through for humanity, the beings that they were. So
Yeah. Okay. And so do we need to ask a different question around Isis and Osiris?
Okay, so so my understanding, and of course there's been so much, so much misinformation out there. So, but my heart and when I tune in is that Isis is a feminine, beautiful feminine energy that has really come through to basically help us, and she was on Earth for a long period of time doing that.
So should we ask if Isis is from Sirius?
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's check that.
And Osiris from Orion?
Okay. All right. So we've got a strategy card, which is our Seven of Swords. So this is how do we balance this? How do we get this across? And then we've got our Knight of Wands, which is movement in a direction that's bringing something. And then we've got our Eight of Wands. So I feel she could have been an aspect of soul from more than one place. So I'm just going to see.
Okay.
Yeah, so there was some aspect of the Syrian, because that Page of Cups has come up again, which is always that beautiful gift giving, bringing something through a message. But these cards are telling me that there was more to it than just Sirius. So, and I know this can happen. I know that our souls can have been or traveled through multiple different dimensions and universes and have the wisdom of that.
Yes.
So I feel there was more to it than just Sirius. Sirius energy is amazing. So if I'd got that strength card back up, then I would go, mostly from the Sirius, because that to me is Syrian energy.
Yeah.
So, but I'll check to see with Osiris, isn't it? Let me just check to see.
Osiris, yeah.
Osiris. So they are saying from Orion, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Wow. So there could be more truth in this one, because the World card and the King of Swords has come up. So our King of Swords is a master of words, intelligence, and to me, sort of coming to the earth is all inclusive. So, and the Hierophant, which is someone that's of great power, great authority. So I do feel that that's maybe more where that soul aspect came from. With Osiris was from Orion.
Yeah.
With those cards.
Yeah. Because I had not heard that beings from Sirius had come to populate the earth, but I had heard, of course, that people from Orion had come to populate the earth.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense then with that.
But I don't, but I'm not sure, because with the cards, what we got for Isis, I don't know.
Well, like I said, some souls have got experience. I know I've got serious soul experience. I know that I'm and dimensional, and I know that that's in my remembering. And so therefore I feel, some people might have more of an aspect from one particular realm or dimension than another. And that's where what the cards were sort of saying around Isis. Is that
she wasn't only from Sirius.
She wasn't. No. There was other aspects to her, and I was actually getting the hit that she had Orion as well.
Yeah, that's what I was. That's what I just got before. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, and we just got a clarifying card, which is the world. So there can be aspects brought together to bring them onto Earth that aren't just one.
Right. Exactly. Okay. So Unos journeyed through the sky to Orion per the hieroglyphics that we found here. How did he get there?
So who is that? Sorry, can you just repeat that for me?
Unos, U-N-O-S.
Unos, I don't know that name. Unos, which is one. And he brought hieroglyphics to Egypt? Is that, just reiterate that for me so I can get it clear.
Okay, so I didn't write enough details, and after this weekend, I don't remember much. The weekend
you got taken places.
Yeah. Unos journeyed through the sky to Orion. Did Unos? Okay, let's just U-N-O-S. I'm assuming Unos.
Yep.
Maybe it was J-U-N-O-S. J-U-N-O-S. Some of our viewers might know. Journeyed through the sky to Orion. How did he get there? Or did he journey through the sky to Orion?
Okay, let's just check and see. Okay. Okay, so the first card up is our Eight of Swords. So and then our Two of Wands. So to me, it's not how we would depict journeying through the skies per se, because it's more balanced than that. So see how it's holding the earth or the world in our hand.
Yeah.
And it's spiritual. And then we've got the Three of Wands, which is another spiritual card looking through to the future or leaving the past behind. So I feel it's more interdimensional. So that traveling that happened, I'm going to ask, now that we understand that aspect, the traveling that happened wasn't sort of like just jump out into the sky.
Yeah.
So let's just see if there's a clarification card for that. Yep. So we've got our Ace of Wands and our Two of Pentacles. So it's keeping a balance and making a decision as to how to get there. But there was definitely some truth to this Unos or Unos traveling interdimensionally. Yep.
So it was saying that using the pyramids.
Right. Okay. Let's have a look and see. Well, that makes more sense to me because, it was trying to tell us something and I've always felt there's either a portal or there's some way of enhancing travel through those places. Let's have a look and see if that was the case.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay.
Let me see if I can bring up a picture of.
Yeah, so we've got our Justice card and we've got our Three of Swords. So I feel that this wasn't, whoever this being is, Earth wasn't his first home. So it was, I feel it was quite hard for this being here. And so the Justice is then the Wheel of Fortune. So there's that traveling, that shifting, that changing of space, of place.
Okay.
So and I'm just going to ask specifically about the pyramids now. They've given us the story. So, the Hierophants come up. And again, this is a being of authority or whatever. So he had the keys almost to do that, to use the pyramid as a way of doing that, because the Hierophant is often found in a place of worship or a place of spiritual enhancement per se.
Okay. Yep. All right. Okay, so now we're going to switch to Teotihuacan. Okay, that one is in Mexico.
Yeah.
Okay.
My friends have been there and
and this place was once inhabited by more than 150,000 people. It was built by the Mayans. And all the monuments point to Orion's belt. So they say it's a point of creation. Could these monuments be created to commemorate our creators?
Interesting, because that's similar with the pyramids of Giza. isn't it? That
Yes.
Orion, energy. So
Yes.
And as I think we talked about before as well, with the fall of Atlantis, that technology got taken to different aspects of the earth. So it's a good question. Let's just see.
Yep. So let's see what we know about Teotihuacan in Mexico. And then later we will ask the connection between this pyramid and the Giza pyramids.
Awesome.
The
hermits come up. So to me, the hermit is a being of wisdom, of knowing, real knowing. And then again, we've got our Three of Pentacles. So remember, this is creating a situation or a contract so that something becomes very firm. And then we've got our Seven of Pentacles. Now, to me, this is planting seeds to bring through. Well, Pentacles are a reality, so riches, wealth. But I was seeing an image as these came up that that connection to Orion helped to bring through the energy of that realm, of that place through the pyramids. So it wasn't so much just a acknowledging or what did you say? Reveling of where they came from, the world or from the beings. It was also practical.
Could these monuments be created to commemorate our creators?
So it was more useful than that. Yeah. So justice card.
Absolutely.
It was much more useful is what's coming through. So it was done specifically to help bring through the energy and to create whether it's a portal or whether it's a communication.
It wasn't just like a monument. Let's put this monument up.
Yeah, this looks good. Let's just point it towards home.
Okay, very good. So does this pyramid, because it's so much different, I mean, look at it, right? It's so much different than the pyramids of Giza. It has like steps, like levels. So how is it different to the Giza pyramids? What's different? What's the difference between them?
So you mean maybe is their role different? Is that what you're asking? Or why were they built differently?
Like are they being used for the same purpose, or are they, because they look different, are they being used for a different purpose? So
okay. Let's just check that out first. Keep it simple.
Because if you look at those pyramids, even those that are on the side there, that are, on the side there, even those have completely flat tops.
Yeah, totally.
So
remember though, a lot of the pyramids did have crystal peaks, like they did have the crystal tops. So whether they've been taken down or it's been changed, so it could have looked quite different as well. So
yes, but these, if you look at them, you can see the steps are going, there's these steps going like this.
Yeah.
And it also has the stairway that you can literally walk up and go to the top.
Yeah.
So these are so
the
much
original
different.
top? That's what I'd like to know as well. Is that the original top? Yes, that's slightly different. I'm also getting, I'll go through what I've got first though. So the Four of Pentacles. So this is about setting up a foundation. So this is actually setting up the foundation. So what we're talking about is the difference in those pyramids that we're seeing there and why they're set up. And then the chariots come up. So straight away, I was getting drawn to beneath them. So it's oftentimes not what's going on particularly around the top or the outside of it, but it's what's actually underneath. Okay, so and then we've got our Wheel of Fortune. So a lot more goes on underneath and changes than what we actually see on the top. And I'm going to get confirmation with something because I feel that they've been changed a little bit since they were originally made as well. I'm just going to ask if that's the case. If we'll see if has it been meddled with or has it been changed?
Okay.
Or did something happen to change it to how we now see it physically on the outside?
And maybe you can ask Jasper as well.
I know, and he's sort of been showing me stuff. So the page of pentacles has come up again with the world card. So to me, there was something different around it originally.
Yeah.
So very, very much. And the Knight of Swords, which is fast action, something's changed, and it's not always, it's a little bit tricky. So it's not always as it appears. It could have been taken down. So I'm just going to tune into Jasper because he's bringing a lot of light through at the moment. So I'm just going to see what he's got to show me. And he's actually saying that a lot more went on underneath, and there was definitely crystal aspects to these pyramids as well that are no longer there. So,
okay.
And there's so much underneath. It's probably been blocked off. It's probably, whatever has been done. So, yeah.
So can we ask if these ever had a pointy top like the Giza pyramids do?
Yeah. Let's see if they actually had another aspect to them on the top. Yeah. So the first card that came up, where are we here, was our 9 of Wands, which means there was a struggle of some sort. And then the Ace of Pentacles. So to me, there was something else there because the Ace of Pentacles is about something that's real, that's tangible, that's whatever. So there's something's gone on. And then we've got the 2 of Wands again, which is balance, which is looking at things from a balanced perspective. So something's changed. So there would have been something there. And he keeps saying yes. So that same technology with the crystals at some level would have been there as well. Because he just keeps showing me light going through them all as well.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know. Yeah. So I'm just going to pull another card and just see if I've interpreted that correctly.
Very interesting.
Yep. So we've got our 2 of Pentacles and our Ace of Swords. So there was definitely a decision was made definitely to change something up.
Interesting.
So, I know. Gosh, wouldn't you just love to have a little time traveling bubble and just pop back in there and just go, yeah. What happened?
Right, exactly. Well, I'm sure remote viewers would be able to find out what that is.
Yeah.
For sure. But I never really thought that these could be different. That's interesting because they all look like they got leveled. If you look at it, it looks like especially the little ones. If you look at the little ones, they look like they got, like leveled.
Yeah.
And it's where the stairs end at that level.
Yeah. But you sort of wonder, are the stairs the same age as the pyramids themselves? Has anyone ever checked into that to see if it's all the same, age at the same time?
Guess what? We have the ability to do that right now.
Let's check that out because, that's something that could have been added it as well. I mean, if things have been removed, and whether that was, whether there was something cataclysmic that happened, like that again, all of the crystalline aspect got, destroyed or whatever. So let's just check to see if the stairs, those outer stairs, were from the original aspect of the pyramid.
Yeah, absolutely.
Interesting. Okay, so our 2 of Wands and our 7 of Swords has come up. So I feel that
wow, those cards are coming up a lot.
I know. I feel, and I'm shuffling heaps. And then the Hermit. So I feel that they probably were built at the same time, but the pyramids still looked different there was something still different to it. So whether that went into something, yet there was different access. So so Page of Cups. So we've got a gift that's being offered. So I feel it was done at the same time, but there was something more to those pyramids.
So
yeah.
Okay.
And yeah.
Okay. So then the next question is, how are they connected to the Giza pyramids? And you might need to ask Jasper to chime in on this one.
I'll ask him because that's oops, get one the right way. Oh, he's showing me grid lines. So he's actually showing me that there's some connection through the grid lines, energetic grid lines of the earth, and similar technology. And yeah, but it's over a different vortex. So there's a different energetic field that it's over, and yet it's connected with energetic grid lines to Giza. So that's what he's showing me.
Okay.
I'll just ask him if there's anything else he can show me. No, it just keeps showing me that traveling of energy through the grid lines. So wherever they've been built, it was known on what energetic lines they were being built.
Okay.
So, and so what I'm going to ask as well is, was that deliberate to be connected in to those pyramids?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. So we've got our Ace of Wands, we've got the Star. So there was definitely technology that was beyond what we probably work with now.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got the World. So it was all there was a lot of connection, interconnectedness with all of these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So then which one came first? Did one come before the other, or were they created at the same time?
Okay, good question. I'm going to ask Jasper to tune in as well as do the cards on this. All right. So he's showing me the ones from Mexico. These ones, he's showing me that it's almost like they're an offshoot. They're actually newer than the ones from Egypt.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, because it's a different timeline is what I'm getting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and what were we asking then? I was going to ask the cards as well. Yeah. So our Knight of Swords has come up and our Ten of Wands. So to me, this was, again, this is something moving quickly, being changed, and then completion of something, and the Emperor. So this is saying to me that I was asking about the pyramids of Giza.
Yeah.
This is coming through that they were completed before. So the Emperor is something that's worked well.
Okay.
It's been done properly. It's been finished. So yeah, so they were finished before. Let me just check and see. And I'm almost getting that it's another, it's different dimensions. It's like things have come in from interdimensional aspects of each of them that are different.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Sometimes it can be really hard to explain what I'm seeing because I get shown things because, you know, my divine self knows how I interpret things, but then to try and explain it in words can become tricky. So
no, I completely understand. So now I'm looking at, and I need to move on. I would like to ask more questions about it, but
keep going.
Okay, so Iraq near Mosul, because today's is all about things that are connected to Orion around the world. So it's not only pyramids, but other artifacts. And so in Iraq near Mosul, thousands of clay tablets, 2 relics as the Babylonian star catalogs. They explain the zodiac. They provide proof that the Babylonians got information from the stars. So was this information Orion meant to them the shepherd of Anu? So were these clay tablets connected to Orion?
Yeah.
But did the Babylonians get information from there, from the stars, meaning Orion? Because that's where the connection is.
Yeah. We've got our Ace of Pentacles. We've got our 5 of Pentacles. So this can sometimes be something that hasn't worked out so well, where there's a lack or it's not a great outcome, or it's a journey. So I feel it was a journey. And then we've got our Ace of Wands. So there was definitely connection. There was definitely wisdom that was either channeled through. I feel there could have been a bit of misuse because the Judgment card has come up as well. So there could have been some misuse at some stage with that knowledge, wisdom, energy.
Yeah.
I mean,
by the humans.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Because Orion to them meant shepherd of heaven. So the shepherd of Anu. Okay.
So is that Anu? Is that part of Anunnaki? You know, I'm just wondering, where did that word come from? Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Anu. No, I don't know.
No,
that
I think shepherd of Anu means heaven. Anu meaning heaven.
Yeah.
Another picture of Orion in bird form looks like bringing messages from Orion. Are the star catalogs documenting a space station orbiting the Earth? Were the Babylonian gods ET messengers from Orion? Did they create mankind?
So did they create mankind as we are now? Is that what the question is?
Yeah, but no, the question is, are the star catalogs documenting a space station orbiting Earth?
Okay. Okay, so we've got our Eight of Wands and our Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles is usually something that moves quite steadily, and the Eight of Wands is bringing through something very quickly. So if they're talking about a space station, is that was the question, wasn't it?
Yeah, are the star catalogs documenting a space station orbiting the Earth?
Yeah, and then we've got our Death card, which is transition. So whether there was something like that, it seems to be, but then something's, changed or shifted from from the information that's come through initially. So yeah, it's almost
so
like
it sounds like maybe it's not the case. Like the star catalogs were not documenting a space station orbiting Earth.
It was something definitely that was spiritual, but I wouldn't say space station. I feel that's been mistranslated or misinterpreted with that Death card. So yeah. So to me, that was
that's not the case. Yeah, I agree.
It's not the case. It's not how we would see it as that.
Yep. Okay, so we agree on that. Were the Babylonian gods ET messengers from Orion? So the gods that the Babylonians believed in, were they messengers from Orion?
Okay. Okay.
If you hear a sound, it's my cat snoring.
Aren't they so cute when they snore? Mine does that too. So we've got the Queen of Swords, okay, and we've got our Ten of Wands. So originally, I would say that there was some aspect of the gods from Orion, because that to me is representative of Orion. But then again, something changed, something finished, because the wands are spiritual and 10 is completion. And then the Hermit card has come up. So it's almost like there was another aspect that came through. So something again definitely changed. Initially, yes. And then there was again, something's flipped or something's changed to bring through a different understanding.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. All right. So would you say then yes, or what do you think? Were the Babylonian gods ET messengers from Orion? Almost sounds like there was more than one god, like one god, like one.
So something was, definitely, because the Seven of Pentacles is creating something. Seven again to me is even though it's a pentacle, it's a spiritual number, and so there was being worked on the whole time. So there was more than one, and I feel that shifted and changed. So the Three of Wands is looking to the future. It's creating something new, leaving the past behind. And that's what the original cards I felt were expressing, was that originally, yes, it was very much just around that Orion worshipping or whatever they did or connection to.
Yeah.
And then it changed to become more than that, to different things.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Orion's Beltway connected to the seating. Oh, did Orion's Beltway connect? Is Orion's Beltway connected to the seating of Earth? Did all life on the galaxy come from there?
Okay, let's just have a look and see. All right. So Jasper's chimed in, and he's showing me that it's an aspect of it. It's like a point that holds something, because we've got our Four of Pentacles, which again is a foundation, and the Ace of Swords. So to me, it's an aspect or a dimensional aspect that holds a point. She's showing me it as almost like a void, like a void area where it's holding energetic points. So yeah, and then we've got our Knight of Pentacles. So that's again something that's bringing through reality or creating something very steadily. So it feels like how I'm seeing it is through Jasper is that it's actually holding a point. It's not the actual total where everything comes from, but it's definitely an important point.
Okay. So not
it's not the everything, no.
But Orion's Beltway was connected to the seating of Earth.
Yeah, yes.
But not all life on the galaxy come from there.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, so the next thing that's connected to Orion, the Arizona Black Mesa, the Hopi mythology centered around Orion. The mesas they live on match the Orion's belt. All of their sites match the Orion constellation. So how did they know to align perfectly to Orion? Supposedly it's because their god, Masao, descended from the sky and landed on this mesa and told them to restructure their entire, if you look at the Orion constellation, it's not just those three.
No.
It's the whole thing.
It's massive.
So they have like all the other ones, like hundreds of buildings, and they're all like match Orion's belt.
Yep. Okay, let's see. So was that due to that knowledge and wisdom that came through from this being? Is that what you're asking?
I don't know what I want to ask there.
Yeah. We could ask.
Okay, yeah. Was he a traveler from Orion? Is Masao, their god, was he from Orion?
Okay.
And I'm going to try to see if I can find a picture of him.
Yeah, so it's looking like there was definitely wisdom and information that came from a wise being, because we've got our 10 of Pentacles, which is always very profitable, there's, a lot of information, or there's a lot of, how can I say this? Something that's real coming through, but then it's coming through a very wise being. And then the Strength card. So it would have really helped to strengthen with that wisdom that came through. And so it could very easily have been a being that's come through interdimensionally from that Orion
and this is what they drew him as.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a weird looking dude.
Yeah, it is. It really
he almost
is.
looks like a pencil figure with feathers on his head. That's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's just see if that's the being that brought through, now that I've connected into what you're asking, if that's the being that brought through this information for them to do this.
Yeah.
I mean, so it could very well be, because we've got our Queen of Pentacles. So this is the feminine aspect of contemplating how to create something. And then we've got the World. So however they've perceived that being that's come through, judgment is, there was something about that being, whether that's exactly how they looked, that definitely brought something through for them that helped them to create what they created. So there was higher wisdom that came through for them. Yeah.
Okay. So it's definitely,
We
it
could
looks
call
like
it that
that
one.
might be true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a planet similar to Earth there?
In the Orion
In the Orion constellation?
Yeah. Well, that's a good question.
Yeah, but I wonder how the cards are going to answer about.
Well, should we ask if that's so in that realm? Because I still see everything as interdimensional. It's not like a planet stuck in space. It's actually a whole different realm and energetic universe, literally, or place.
Yeah.
So we could ask, is there a realm like Earth that's within that? But then are we the aspect of that? Is this Earth the aspect of that? Because we see it and connect to it on some level. So a different Earth? Do you want to say a parallel Earth or another Earth?
Let's say an oxygen-based planet,
Yeah,
like Earth, with land and oceans and oxygen to breathe, trees.
So similar to what we're used to here.
Yeah.
There. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. It could very well be, because our 10 of Cups has come up, and this to me is a beautiful home, a beautiful place to live, one that's emotionally gorgeous. And then we have our Queen of Swords, which is, this one can be quite harsh, but, there's knowledge there, there's wisdom there, but it can be harsh and it sort of tells the truth. So not exactly the same as our Earth, but still revered by the beings that live there. And then we've got the Emperor card. So to me, it's perfect for what it is, for where they live. But yeah, so I feel that they're probably a little bit more mental plane with that Queen of Swords that's there. But for them, that's their bliss. And the Emperor to me is a great card. When it comes up, it's something solid, something strong. There's wisdom. There's, a system. So that's working. I would say yes.
Wow.
So,
okay.
I wonder how many thousands of places there are like that, around in all these different
Constellations and
realms
galaxies and
universes. But we don't have that access unless we're going through interdimensionally, or there's an aspect of our soul that's having an experience there, and so then we get to maybe experience it if we're awake and aware and tap into it.
Right. Yeah.
So because I've had experiences where I've been meditating, and all of a sudden I'll be seeing all these different beings, and I'll go, that's weird, where's that one from? But I'll go, oh my God, that's an aspect of me, that's an aspect of my through my oversoul having an experience in another realm.
So Dennis has a question. Does the arrow that Orion, in the sky, he's pointing an arrow, Orion, in the constellation, in the star map, whatever you call it. Does it point to something specific?
Yeah, it's looking like it does, because we've got our Ace of Swords and our Knight of Swords. So this is something, again, like I said, that can move very quickly to take something down. And the Ace of Swords is concurring that that's the case. And then we've got our Queen of Pentacles. So, of course, she's the one that contemplates and creates through contemplation. So to me, I'm getting that it actually is pointing to something that's being created that's specific to that whole Orion dimension. And I'll try and find out more. Let's try and find out more as to maybe, are we meant to know what that is? So Dennis, I think you're onto something.
Yeah. What a great question.
Oh, wow. Okay. Jasper's just tuned in. He's loving this. He loves this. He's just tuned in. And he's showing me almost like a wormhole. So it's almost, like a little gateway. You know how you have wormholes we can travel through?
Yeah.
So let me just see if that's the case, and that's what's come up. So So we've got our 10 of Pentacles, which again is something that's very abundant or whatever. We've got our Knight of Wands, which is a good deed, someone that sort of can bring through spiritual messages, and so these two together means that something definitely can be created. And then we've got our Death card. So to me, this is always transformation. So it's going through that wormhole can create a whole transformation into something different, new. So because I don't see the Death card as something dies literally, unless it can do, but not on like we just drop dead.
Right.
It's definitely transformation. So it's feeling like that wormhole or that aspect leads into something different and new. Yeah. So I just dropped one. What was that one? Yeah. So Dennis, I think you could be onto something.
Yeah. Very cool. Are those wormholes still active?
Good point. Really good point. Okay.
Thank you, Katina.
Okay. So we've got the Hanged Man, which is surrendering, allowing things to be. So, and then the Page of Swords. So to me, this is learning. This is bringing through wisdom, even other lifetimes of learning and wisdom and words. So to me, it's like they can be, but we have to be at a certain level, because the Page of Pentacles has come up, which is all about creating reality through learning, through studying as well. So I would say that, yes, if we're in a place of a spiritual surrender and we sort of have that wisdom and knowledge of how to do it, then we can go through, we can use those wormholes. So, and it's interesting because often when I'm running frequency or energy for someone, if you can see those templates up behind me, it's almost like when I'm running this energy, I just gaze into it and go into a meditative state. And it's a wormhole, and I can actually see past, present, and future through the wormhole, and it's definitely going into another realm. So it just depends, if we're meant to be using that sort of technology, or we're meant to be going through that particular wormhole, then that will happen. But it's probably not on our to-do list. But it's a really, really good question.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so they can be still active. Yeah, Katyanya.
So Dennis is asking, is that where the 9 come from?
Oh, so is this the universal, is this the 9 that people say they channel? Is that what Dennis is asking?
Yeah.
Do you think? Okay, so
Cedars.
Dennis, you mean
they're calling them the cedars, the 9.
What are they calling them?
The cedars.
Ah.
Like a seed?
Ah, okay.
Cedars.
Oh. Well, let's see what, okay. Yeah.
I don't feel like it is, but I don't know.
No, so it's interesting because what I'm getting is that so the Ace of Pentacles has come up with that 9 of Swords. So that's a lot of worry, a lot of thinking about something, a lot of unnecessary angst. So that's what it's created. So there's definitely access to beings or to realms through that, because again, we've got our 10 of Pentacles. So if it's the actual 9, is that where they've originated from? Oh, Queen of Swords. I feel this is something that's been maybe a little bit misinterpreted again through words, through thoughts. So there's definitely beings there. I wouldn't say it's where the 9 are specifically found, because it's a transitional place. So that wormhole is transitional as well. So look, they could come through there. You know what I mean? That information, energy could come through that, but I don't feel that's where they're residing.
Right.
So
I thought the cedars were really from different areas, different places.
Because the Page of Cups has come up, so that's bringing in a gift from somewhere. So that's what I'm saying. I feel that's like a wormhole or a portal where it can be accessed for different beings to come through. So it's not where they live, is not what I'm getting.
So the last thing I want to ask, because we have 5 minutes left, is are there Orion wars ongoing right now? So the same wars that we have going here, is that going there?
Okay, let's see. It's a good question. Okay. Yep. So the Eight of Wands has come up, which is really, to me, fast energy. Something's going very quickly, and the Sun. So something's changed very quickly because our Nine of Wands has come up. So there's still some argy-bargy, shall we say. There's still some discontent between some of the beings and some of the ideas like we have on Earth. However, I feel it's really quickly actually going to come into more of a balance from what it's been. And Jasper was saying that too. He was going, well, yes, there's definitely something that is out of balance there, but it's actually really quickly moving. And then we've got our Chariot and we've got our Ace of Pentacles together. So just as I feel on Earth, there'll be a very quick, but easy, seamless sort of change from what we're going through with all of our discourse and our, split and everything. Same things happening there. Yeah. So there is still some wars, I suppose, if you want to say it like that.
Yeah. Okay. So it is still ongoing.
But it's moving quickly is what I was getting, the message I was getting. So it's going to change very quickly as well.
Well, I know that what's happening there affects us, just like what's happening here affects them and the higher dimensional beings. That's why they help us. So it's always good to know what's happening on the other side of the galaxy, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, in different places, different realms.
Yeah. So can you do a card for if the good guys are winning over there, the ones that are, because I know there was a lot of slavery in some of the planets there, or maybe just one, I don't know.
Okay.
But is that what it means by change?
If the balance, if it's coming more into a balance of light.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting a yes from Jasper too, and I was tuning in, but we've got the High Priestess. So this is much more balanced. There's still mystery going on. There's still things going on that are being, revealed and uncovered. But the feminine aspect with our beautiful High Priestess is there's more balance. Now, when I look at this card, I can actually see that black has been slightly more, stands out more than the other pillar. So there's still balance to come back into play, but the Wheel of Fortune has popped up with it. So it tells me that things are definitely moving in the right direction. And then again, our beautiful Page of Cups, who keeps offering a gift. So again, I feel it's yes, there's still stuff going on. However, it's the other cards were saying very quickly there's going to be more resolution through something that happens.
Okay, very good.
Which is really promising.
There it is. All right, so our next conversation topic will be, I want to go back to since we talked about the pyramids, we didn't talk about the Sphinx. And I didn't find, no. So here on the History Channel, I found that on season 9, episode 2, Mysteries of the Sphinx.
And is it still up? Is it still happening?
We're on the History Channel, so it's up. If you see it here, it's because it exists. So that's what we're going to talk about next Tuesday. Wow. Is about the Sphinx, because we left it out after we discussed the pyramids of Giza.
We did, and it just goes so fast, this time. So if anyone's got any questions about the Sphinx that you've always wondered, because I really feel that a lot of people that are maybe interested in this sort of having a look at what's been going on in our world probably has had lifetimes that are relevant, and they've got some soul memories or soul trauma or soul gifts or whatever. So just even if people just drop in and just go, oh, what question would I like to ask? It's always really good to
Yep.
to have
So I
people
went ahead
jump
and
in.
posted it. I went ahead and posted it on the chat. There it is. But it's
Beautiful.
just going to history.com and literally just looking for the show. But anyway, there's the link for it.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Yep. So Maree, any news for you as far as any of about sessions or anything like that? Anything else?
So you can pop onto my website, magicmaree.com. I'm doing so if you just want a taster and you want to see what it's about, I do a half-hour guidance energetic card session, or I do the full hour and a half, which are very powerful sessions as well. And I've been asked by people to start up meditation groups, so I'm going to be looking at getting some of those. So they're online, so we can be inclusive of everyone, and then they'll be, I might just say do 2 a month, and then people can also go in and look at them afterwards if they can't get to them. So that's my next little thing, is to get some meditation groups running, because people have been saying it's really tough at the moment. Can you do some energy meditations for us? And so that's my next venture. So I'll let you know once that one's done.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So, yeah.
All right. So that's it for today. I am excited also for everybody to know the next one, which is the Beyond Quantum Tarot on Friday and Saturday morning for Australians, is the we are going to change it from Tartaria to Atlantis. This weekend I was in a retreat with Zoe, and I had a reading from a Navajo psychic that was there. And he said that what we're doing is part of our not of our mission, but that we're here to start opening up information about these mysteries, which are part of our history. So that's what we want to do. And they told me that I needed to do specific shows that I needed to open up. So first we're going to do Atlantis, and talk about the underwater temples, Sumeria, Machu Picchu, and then lastly Tartaria. So that's the how we're being asked to talk about this information.
And that makes so much sense as well, because everything's going to start unfolding from one to the next.
Yeah.
So that's so exciting. I just love Atlantis, and so many of us, again, have had experiences from the Atlantean times. And, that's often why we're here at this time and place now on Earth. So it's awesome. Yay.
Yeah.
And can I just say, I've just pulled a little card for everyone from my beautiful animal magic, and it's Dragonfly has come up, which is all about seeing through illusion, interestingly enough, but also opening new doorways. So we're coming up to the 1st of April as well. Now, remember, that is one of the most powerful times to set intentions, because it's I think it's Jupiter and Neptune conjunct for the first time in 168 years. So definitely start thinking and feeling into what you want to create, especially on a spiritual level for yourself or whatever. So the Dragonfly is coming through to say, yep, anything's possible, new beginnings. We can see through our old illusion and start something new. So just a thought.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Yes. So yes, it does mean that I have the next 4 weeks planned, but it wasn't me. That was information given to me, by either my guides or whoever, was directing that. So we'll see. There's a reason for it. I trust it. Yeah. So bring your question, guys. All right.
Yeah.
So thank you for being here. And we will talk to you on Friday.
See you guys. Thank you.
Bye.